Hello everyone. This blog would be regarding some of the transactions which happens within Snowflake and how the locking concept is applied within Snowflake, right? Over here, I will be taking two examples of DML. One is update, one is insert. Now think of it like if I am doing concurrent updates or concurrent inserts. So how within the platform that acid compliant which Snowflake claims is deployed, right? Now let's begin with this demo. Right now over here there are two update statement which I'm going to execute, right? This is the first update, right? Which will be executed within session 1, and I also have created another update which is update statement which is this in session 2, right? Now let us see if I execute these two kind of update statements in parallel, then what exactly happens, right? If we see this, the first update statement is getting executed on the same table, of course. Now I am firing the second update statement also on top of the same table, right? Now let's see if the second update statement goes through while the first update statement is executing. You see this transaction is blocked. Now why this transaction is blocked? Because your first update statement has acquired the lock. Okay, and how do I see what kind of lock also being applied? If you see this, there will be two states, right? This is one state which is holding, another state which is waiting. The second update which I fired, that actually had put a waiting lock on that particular table, and the first transaction, since it is executing, it is in holding state, right? And that is how, if I am firing an update statement, the locks are deployed and applied within Snowflake, right? Now think of it like if similar blocking happens, right, I can always kind of fire this command to ensure that this blocking is gone away from my system, right? And obviously we have to pick this transaction ID and give this as an input parameter to this function, and hence this blocking would go away. Now one important use case would be if I am having a very kind of minor update which was happening, maybe which will impact just one row, right? But that is kind of in waiting state. But if a heavy update is being fired which probably is impacting millions of rows, so I might want to kill the first transaction which is taking lot of time to update, and then so that my second transaction which will just update one record goes through fine, right? Now let us see what has happened to our update statement. You see, now this update statement got executed, okay, and this obviously got executed with some amount of time, right? It has taken little bit of more time, right? And then the second update statement, obviously this also most of the time it has spent in blocked state, and that is why you see a red line over here. Now because all these transactions have happened successfully, I will not see any lock being put, right? Now if you see this, there is no lock, right? Now that was update for you. Now let's see what is happening when I am doing parallel inserts, right? Same thing I'll do, two insert statement on top of the same table I'll fire. That is in session 1 I am firing this, right? And then in session 2 let me execute this, right? Now if you see this, there are two execution happening, right? 1 and 2, right? Now will I still get this lock scenario over here, right? Let's see this. See, no locking happened whenever I am doing any insert statement. Both these kind of transactions are happening concurrently without locking each other, and this is a special use case whenever I am executing inserts. So with insert, what happens is you are not inserting the data into the same micro partition, rather you insert the data into different micro partitions. That is why Snowflake will not put that lock whenever we are doing the inserts in this particular transaction, right? Now while these statements are getting executed, some concept of governance. Now this locking, when it happens, no, it can obviously kind of create lot of issues, right? And that is where it is always recommended to kind of check the locking parameters also. And by default, the locking parameter, if you see, it will be set at an account level at 43,200 seconds, which is like kind of 2 hours, I would say. Now if we need, we can obviously reduce this locking kind of time, so that the transactions do not wait too much time, spend too much time in terms of waiting to acquire the locks, right? And also from information schema, I can execute certain queries in which I will see that how many queries have spent more time, where the transactions have spent in blocking state. So this is a query which I will execute, and I will get those metrics, right? So all these, basically you have to look for this transaction blocked time as a column, right, wherein you will see it has to be greater than 0. You see this, they have spent more time waiting to acquire the locks, right? This is exactly where you identify those blocked transactions and take some actions against them, right? So that was it about Snowflake and how the update and insert transactions are deployed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah.